This sounds impossible. Imagine walking into a city. The streets are perfectly laid out, the houses are still standing. The wells still hold water, the drains still work. It's almost as if everyone simply got up and left. No battle, no mass graves, no burned buildings, just silence. Over 4,000 years ago, one of the largest civilizations on Earth disappeared. And to this day, no one knows exactly why. Long before Rome, before Greece reached its height, before the pyramids had become ancient history, a civilization stretched across what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Today we call it the Indus Valley Civilization. It covered over 1 million square kilometers, possibly home to 5 million people, hundreds of cities, thousands of villages. It rivaled ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia in both size and sophistication. Yet for thousands of years, nobody even knew it existed. Its cities lay buried beneath dust and farmland. Until the 1920s, when archaeologists uncovered something completely unexpected. Entire cities, frozen in time. The first discoveries shocked everyone. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa, Dholavira. They weren't chaotic settlements. They were planned. Every street followed a grid. Homes were built from standardized bricks. Many had private bathrooms, even indoor toilets. Wastewater flowed through covered drains beneath the streets. Some historians argue their sanitation systems were better than many European cities until the 19th century. Think about that. 4,000 years ago, people were living with urban planning, public infrastructure, and engineering that wouldn't become common again for millennia. But then archaeologists noticed something strange, something missing. Palaces, none. Huge temples, none. Massive royal tombs, none. Unlike Egypt. No pyramids, unlike Mesopotamia. No towering ziggurats. Who ruled these cities? No one knows. As researchers dug deeper, another mystery emerged. Thousands of tiny stone seals, each carved with strange symbols, alongside images of bulls, elephants, rhinoceroses, tigers, and creatures that may never have existed. This became known as the Indus script. More than 4,000 examples have been discovered. Yet, no one has ever deciphered it. The inscriptions are incredibly short, usually only a handful of symbols. Too little information to crack the code. Unlike Egyptian hieroglyphs, there is no Rosetta Stone, no bilingual inscription, nothing to tell us what the symbols mean. Which means we don't know what these people called themselves. We don't know the names of their leaders, their gods, their laws, their stories, or even the language they spoke. Imagine discovering an entire civilization that cannot tell its own story. Then, around 1900 BC, everything began to change. The great cities started shrinking. Trade routes disappeared, construction slowed, people quietly left. Not all at once, not in a single disaster, but over generations. Families moved away, neighborhoods emptied. Eventually, the cities stood abandoned. And here's the part that still puzzles archaeologists. There are no signs of a final battle, no citywide fires, no smashed walls, no enormous cemeteries filled with victims. It wasn't like Pompeii. It wasn't like Troy. There was no dramatic ending, just a slow silence, as if one of the greatest civilizations on Earth simply faded away. So what happened? For decades, many historians believed invading armies destroyed the civilization. This became known as the Aryan invasion theory. The idea suggested outside warriors swept into the region, bringing the civilization to an end. But today, most archaeologists reject that explanation. The evidence just isn't there. Instead, attention turned to nature. Studies suggest the great rivers that supported these cities began changing course. Some rivers dried up, others shifted away entirely. Without reliable water, farming became difficult. Trade weakened, communities slowly moved elsewhere. Then there's the climate. Evidence suggests the yearly monsoon became weaker and less predictable. Years of drought would have made feeding millions of people almost impossible. Some researchers point to earthquakes. Others believe changing landscapes gradually cut cities off from the resources they depended on. And perhaps, the answer isn't a single disaster. Maybe there was no final blow. Maybe dozens of smaller problems slowly built on one another. A river changes course, harvests begin to fail. Trade declines, people leave, children grow up somewhere else. Cities become villages, villages become ruins. Civilizations don't always collapse overnight. Sometimes, they simply drift out of existence. But perhaps the greatest mystery isn't how the Indus Valley Civilization disappeared. It's how completely it was forgotten. Its cities were buried beneath the earth. Its writing became unreadable. Its rulers became nameless. Its achievements vanished from human memory. For nearly 4,000 years, the world forgot one of humanity's greatest civilizations had ever existed. And maybe that's the most unsettling thought of all. If a civilization this vast, this advanced, could disappear so completely, how many others are still hidden beneath deserts, forests, or fields, waiting for someone to uncover them and remember their story once again?